If you're looking to jumpstart your vegetable garden before spring arrives, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll share practical tips and old-school wisdom passed down from generations of avid gardeners. We'll explore the best cold-hardy vegetables you can sow right now, along with resourceful methods to shield delicate seedlings from winter's chill. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned planter, you'll discover time-tested tricks, like preparing your soil for optimal root growth, using homemade mulch to maintain just the right amount of moisture, and pairing crops that thrive together for bigger yields. Number 1. Onions. Many experienced gardeners consider onions a top priority for winter vegetable gardening, particularly in February. They can tolerate cool temperatures, making them ideal for areas with gentle frost or slightly unpredictable weather. Grandpa's secret gardening hack for onions involves starting them from sets rather than seeds whenever possible, since sets often mature faster and produce sturdier bulbs. If you prefer seeds for specific varieties or heirlooms, begin by soaking them in warm water for a few hours before planting to soften the seed coat and boost germination rates. Adequate soil preparation is crucial. Onions need soil that's loose, well-draining, and rich in organic matter. Mixing aged compost with a bit of phosphorus-heavy fertilizer can encourage strong root development. Grandpa's old life hacks include sprinkling wood ash around onion rows to help deter certain pests and mildly raise soil pH. Another useful tip is to keep onions adequately spaced, about 4 inches apart, to ensure healthy bulb expansion. Mulching around plants with straw or shredded leaves helps retain moisture and moderate soil temperatures. Keep an eye on watering routines. Onions require consistent but not excessive irrigation. Too much water can lead to rot, while too little stunts growth. By mid-spring, you'll notice the bulbs swelling, and you can selectively harvest green onions early while leaving the rest to mature fully. This approach capitalizes on a continuous harvest pattern, a strategy often employed in grandpa gardening routines for maximum efficiency. Number 2. Spinach. Spinach is one of the most versatile and resilient winter vegetables you can plant in February. Its cold tolerance allows it to germinate and thrive in lower temperatures, giving you a head start on spring harvests. Grandpa's secret here is to choose a fast-maturing variety, such as Bloomsdale or Giant Winter, which are known for robust leaves and quick regrowth. Before planting, loosen the top few inches of soil and incorporate well-rotted compost to provide essential nutrients like nitrogen. Spinach requires moderate watering, so keep the soil uniformly moist without allowing it to become waterlogged. For an ingenious home hack, try using floating row covers on colder nights. They'll help protect young spinach seedlings against dips in temperature while allowing sunlight and air circulation during the day. Grandpa's life hacks also extend to pest deterrents. Sprinkle crushed eggshells around the base of spinach to discourage slugs and snails. For an extra boost in leaf production, side dress with organic matter such as compost tea every couple of weeks. Avoid overcrowding your spinach beds. Aim for about 3 to 4 inches between each seed. Closely spaced plants are prone to mildew and reduced airflow. Harvesting spinach leaves individually rather than uprooting entire plants ensures continual regrowth, a key practice in practical life hacks for efficient winter vegetable gardening. This do-it-yourself method yields multiple harvests from the same row, allowing you to enjoy fresh, leafy greens well before most people's gardens even wake up in early spring. Number 3. Peas. Planting peas in February can feel counterintuitive because the weather often remains chilly. However, peas are known for their ability to germinate in cool soil, and they rarely balk at mild frosts. Grandpa's approach is to select early cold-hardy varieties like Alaska or Spring Blush. These choices ensure a quicker harvest window and a better chance at dodging early heat waves that can hinder pea production. To maximize your yield, incorporate a simple DIY hack. Pre-sprout peas by soaking them overnight between damp paper towels to ensure high germination rates. Once in the garden, provide a sturdy support structure, such as a trellis or netting, even for dwarf varieties. Vertical growing not only conserves space, an important grandpa home hack in smaller gardens, but also increases airflow and decreases pest problems. Another clever home hack is to plant peas alongside companion crops that naturally enrich the soil. For example, peas fix nitrogen through their root nodules, benefiting leafy neighbors like lettuce or spinach. To warm the soil faster, lay black plastic or dark weed fabric over the planting bed a week before seeding. This technique, often suggested in 5-minute craft videos, helps trap solar heat and encourages quicker germination. Keep watering moderate. Peas dislike overly soggy ground and do best in soil that's moist but never swampy. Once the seedlings emerge, mulch lightly around them to protect against temperature swings. Harvest pods frequently as soon as they plump up. Neglecting this can slow new pod production. This consistent picking results in a steady supply of sweet, crisp peas well into spring. Number 4. Carrots. Carrots can be an excellent winter crop in many regions when seeded in late winter or early spring, making February prime time for starting them in cooler climates. Grandpa's advice is to choose quick-maturing varieties like Nantes or Scarlet Horn, which can handle the lingering chill in the soil. The trick lies in soil preparation. Carrots demand a deep, loose bed, free of rocks or hard clumps, as these obstacles cause forked or misshapen roots. A grandpa gardening technique to reduce lumps is to sift the top layer of soil through a wire screen, removing debris. Work in compost but avoid excessive nitrogen, since that can lead to overabundant foliage and underdeveloped roots. If your soil is clay-heavy, consider building a raised bed. This do-it-yourself upgrade ensures better drainage and root expansion. When seeding, lightly press the tiny carrot seeds into the soil rather than burying them too deeply. Thin the seedlings once they've grown a couple of inches tall. Overcrowded carrots remain stunted. For those sneaky nighttime temperatures that dip below freezing, use row covers or frost cloth to shield emerging roots. One of Grandpa's old life hacks for discouraging carrot flies is to plant onions or chives in between carrot rows. These pungent alliums can mask the carrot scent. Water in short, frequent intervals to keep the topsoil consistently moist until roots establish. Then you can gradually switch to deeper, less frequent watering to encourage carrots to grow downward in search of moisture. By April or May, you'll have sweet, crisp carrots, perfect for cooking, juicing, or just snacking straight from the garden. Number 5. Kale. Kale is celebrated among winter vegetables for its remarkable cold hardiness and nutritional density. Planting it in February sets you up for an early crop of tender leaves by spring. There are multiple kale varieties, from the ever-popular curly kale to the visually striking red Russian. Grandpa's method suggests soaking seeds in tepid chamomile tea for a few hours to combat potential fungal issues. An ingenious home hack for boosting seed vigor. Prepare the planting area by adding compost or well-decomposed manure. Kale thrives in soil with a pH around 6.5, so consider adding wood ash if your pH is on the low side. When sowing, space seeds about a foot apart to encourage large leafy plants that make harvesting simpler. For added frost protection in colder regions, position kale near a windbreak, such as a fence, hedge, or low tunnel. As the plants mature, pinch off the lower leaves first. This helps funnel energy into fresh growth at the top. To deter common pests like cabbage loopers, adopt a Menhax approach by using everyday kitchen items. Old strainers or mesh produce bags can be repurposed as protective covers. Grandpa life hacks also include companion planting kale with aromatic herbs like sage or thyme to confuse pests. For those seeking a continuous harvest, pick leaves from the outer edges regularly, as kale can produce foliage for months if well maintained. If you notice sluggish growth, side dress with compost or apply a balanced organic fertilizer to rejuvenate the plants. By mid-spring, your kale patch can become a steady source of nutrient-packed greens for salads, soups, and smoothies, staying healthy even when some tender crops struggle. Number 6. Radishes. Radishes are often underrated as a simple garnish, But for winter vegetable gardening, they're a dream crop due to their quick turnaround. If you sow them in February, you could start enjoying fresh roots within a few weeks, depending on the variety. Grandpa's hack to ensure rapid germination is to water the seed bed with lukewarm water right after planting. This slight warmth can help seed coats absorb moisture more quickly in chilly ground conditions. Radishes do best in loose soil, so add organic matter and remove any significant lumps. They also thrive with moderate amounts of nitrogen, but beware of going overboard, as that results in oversized tops and small roots. For an unexpected twist, try winter-specific varieties like black Spanish or watermelon radish, which have unique flavors and store well. A clever home hack for saving space is to interplant radishes among slower-growing crops like carrots or onions. Radishes mature so quickly they'll be ready for harvest before the other plants need extra room. Another grandpa gardening trick is to water radishes evenly. Inconsistent irrigation can lead to either pithy, woody textures or cracked roots. To maintain stable soil moisture, apply a thin layer of mulch around the seedlings. Radishes can also face pests like flea beetles, which create tiny holes in leaves, so consider floating row covers if infestations get severe. Harvest promptly when they reach optimal size because radishes left in the ground too long become overly spicy and fibrous. By cycling through multiple sowings in late winter and early spring, you can maintain a near-constant supply of crunchy, zesty radishes. They're a perfect candidate for 5 minutes craft recipes, colorful salads, or quick pickles, adding a tangy punch to your plate. Grandpa's secret gardening hacks for these 6 February-friendly crops revolve around careful timing, resourceful do-it-yourself techniques, and clever home hacks. The old-school wisdom of preparing the soil correctly, preserving moisture, and adapting to shifting weather patterns can be combined with modern strategies like using row covers, pre-germination soaks, and precise companion planting. Each of these winter vegetables, onions, spinach, peas, carrots, kale, and radishes, can thrive with the right approach, ensuring consistent harvests well into spring. By employing subtle tactics like compost teas, homemade pest deterrents, and well-placed mulch, you preserve soil quality and keep plants robust. This layered approach is a cornerstone of Grandpa Old life hacks: minimal waste, maximum efficiency, and respect for the garden's natural rhythms. Incorporating them into your late winter or early spring regimen can substantially boost yields, let you enjoy fresh produce weeks ahead of others, and streamline your overall gardening routine. Embracing these methods also satisfies an adult audience seeking deeper knowledge and practicality in their everyday lives. You'll not only cultivate healthier plants, but also develop a stronger sense of self-reliance and resourcefulness, reflecting clever home hacks that stand the test of time. By applying each block of tips step by step, your February planting can transition smoothly from dormant winter beds to flourishing rows of hardy vegetables, showcasing the timeless wisdom that Grandpa has passed down through generations.